Why isn't Japan turning these guys into a seafood delicacy? After all, Japan is famous for its sushi, sashimi, and a passion for all things from the sea. But coconut crabs? Nowhere on the menu, so what gives? Well, first things first, let's talk about who these creatures are. Coconut crabs are like the superheroes of the crab world. If superheroes looked like armored bulldogs on stilts. They're the largest land-living arthropods in the world, can weigh up to 9 pounds and stretch 3 feet across. And with those Hulk-like claws, they can snap open coconuts like they're cracking a peanut. Impressive, right? But here's the twist. Japan isn't exactly rolling out the welcome mat for these clawed giants. Why? Turns out, coconut crabs aren't exactly locals in Japan. They prefer tropical islands with swaying palm trees, warm breezes, and beaches where they can scuttle around like they're on a permanent vacation. Think more Maldives than Mount Fuji. So while you might find these crabs lounging around in the Okinawan Islands, they're more likely to give the rest of Japan a hard pass. And even in Okinawa, they aren't the stars of the seafood buffet. You'd think a crab that looks like a small armored tank would be pretty popular, but nope. Why? Because coconut crabs have a little secret. They stink. Literally, they have a habit of smelling like rotten coconut oil. So, while other crabs might say, "Come eat me, I'm delicious," and hope you have a good nose plug. But wait, it gets weirder. Stick around to find out why eating one might just be playing Russian roulette with your dinner. But before you dig in, there's something you should know. Coconut crabs feast on anything. I mean anything. From fruits and nuts to other animals, including carrion. Yup, dead stuff. And sometimes, those dead things contain toxins, which the crabs happily absorb. The result? Eating one could feel like winning a prize at a carnival. And let's not forget, they're an endangered species. That's right. Coconut crabs are so few and far between that snacking on them would be like serving panda burgers. Japan has strict wildlife protection laws, so even if they were tastier than a bucket of buttered lobster, they're off the menu. Now, here's where it gets downright bizarre. What if the Japanese already tried them and the experience was too traumatic? Legend has it, back in the day, some brave souls did give coconut crabs a try, and the feedback, let's just say it wasn't exactly glowing. The crabs are said to have a taste that's as strong as their claws. Think about biting into a crab that's been marinated in, well, feet. It turns out the robust flavor was a bit too much for the delicate Japanese palate. Let's just say it didn't make it to the sushi rotation. Plus, coconut crabs can live up to 60 years. That's right, these are your grumpy old grandpas of the crab world. And eating one might feel like gnawing on a leathery relic that's been around since the 1960s. Who wants that when you can have a tender, juicy salmon sashimi that melts in your mouth like ocean butter? But here's the final twist. What if coconut crabs are secretly plotting their revenge for not being eaten? Here's the kicker. Coconut crabs have actually developed some cunning tactics to avoid being eaten. For starters, they're excellent climbers. They can scale coconut trees and hide up there, out of sight, waiting to drop down like tiny armored ninjas. Plus, they're mostly nocturnal, coming out when it's dark and spooky. These crabs are territorial and will fight to the last claw. The coconut crab, a creature that's part coconut thief, part horror movie star, and not exactly a sushi superstar in Japan. It's a mystery wrapped in a shell, so what do you think? Would you dare to try one if you had the chance? Drop a comment below and let us know if you're brave enough to face the coconut crab challenge. And if you're enjoying this dive into the bizarre and curious corners of our world, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more crazy tales.